I think in the last 3 years, there's been a lot of development in terms of the physical security market itself. There's a lot of technologies that are being adapted by various organizations, not just on the camera component of it, but also in terms of the access control, integration of access control, identifying employees based on access control, plus the camera footages, etc. So that's one element where a lot of integration is happening. Second thing is I see the awareness is increasing among organizations. They are looking at moving away from the historical analog solutions on the CCTV, which was historically called, now is moving into network video. There's a lot of awareness on the network video. There are multiple locations which they're looking at, which they would like to monitor from a single site. So, and the third thing is they would like to analyze the information that's already available from a compliance perspective and also from a forensic perspective as well. And they're trying to look at moving from a deterrent kind of a scenario and a forensic kind of a scenario to more like a proactive action being taken using the physical security. See, on the analytics, a lot of things are happening. If you really see one of the most commonly used analytics, we see a lot used by the police, because if you see, they used to manually record the number plates of offenders who are jumping signal or who parked in no parking area or who's coming in a one way, right? People now ask for proof. So this is being automated. So in the country, there are a lot of implementation where the automatic number plate recognition is happening as we speak, right? So it can in fact see the moving vehicle offending or in jumping the red signal, then it captures the number plate and it automatically links to a database, and from the database it probably picks up who the owner of the vehicle is, and then a challan can be sent to the owner of the vehicle who's offended, right? So such actions are already being taken. So this is one of the most commonly used analytics in the marketplace. The other analytics I see is, for example, when you're recording video in a place where there is not much movement, then you need not record the whole stuff. Right? Only when there's movement, only when there's an intruder or there is some object of interest which you need to record, only then the recording has to happen. So this also falls under the analytics category based on the motion that you see in the video there. The third, which I see very commonly deployed, is on the people counting. Say for example, malls, for example, they would like to know how many people actually came in per day, and then later use it for business intelligence as well. We have customers who use it for, it's a warehouse where the moment the products go beyond the storage area, it flags off and somebody is saying that there's a lot of products in there, it has to be moved out of the warehouse, right? So these kind of applications. When you really see the new government, what they've done, they've announced a lot of smart cities. And smart cities start with safe cities first. So it will become safe and then it will move to smart cities. So they already identified 100 cities, which they're naming as of now, which would be under the city surveillance or the smart city category as in the next 2 to 3 years. So that I see as one of the fastest growing segment. Second, obviously government is going to be a key investor in all the technologies like the critical infrastructure, the ports, the airports, the highways. So there's a lot that needs to go under surveillance. So I see government investing a lot in these technologies. 3, I see the commercial sector is also going to grow. And 4, I would put it as banking, retail, and education. So these are the industries, the top 4 at least, which would grow in the next 3 years. I would say most of the customers are on analog solutions, right? Still about 60% of the installation in the country is on analog solution. So people need to really migrate from their analog to IP. So the first and foremost challenge that comes in is change of the cabling infrastructure itself. Second is what exactly can a network camera do, how it can integrate with their solution, and how it can really benefit, and to really weigh the TCO over a 5 to 7 year kind of life cycle. So these become the challenge for us to deploy solutions in the enterprise category. I think the challenge in the channel partner space, if you ask me, is again the overall knowledge, because video surveillance is not just about the camera. So the camera component is probably 20 to 30% of the overall solution, typically as a thumb rule. Then comes the network infrastructure behind it, the cabling infrastructure behind it, the storage, the software, the analytics, and how it really integrates. So what normally happens is the system integrator may not be fully knowledgeable in terms of solutioning the whole thing in the most optimum way that the customers need. I'm not saying everybody there are not many in the industry who are so qualified, who are so knowledgeable. So that knowledge does not really percolate to the end customers. So there are not many people who are the subject matter experts in this industry. There are very few over there. So I think that becomes a challenge when it comes to addressing the customer requirement in a proper fashion. So if you really see how Access addresses the market space, we have the global system integrators who typically we engage for very large opportunities which are complex in nature in terms of implementation. They have a lot of expertise in integrating not just the cameras but the entire solution as far as the customer goes. So this is one type of system integrator with whom we engage, not just locally but globally. Then comes the national system integrators and the regional system integrators who typically address large and medium-sized opportunities, who are experts in the industry as well. So the small system sale, what is happening is we are looking at a lot of IT channel partners and a lot of security channel partners who are now trying to get into this particular space, because IT channel partners, they see an opportunity because it's a growing industry. They see this industry growing at a very healthy 20-23% over the next 2 to 3 years. So they see it as an opportunity to augment the solution which they're already having from an IT perspective. They have expertise in IT. They just need to add on the video surveillance component, which gives them additional revenue stream as well, and they can address their existing customers as well, where they're already addressing the IT needs. So this gives an opportunity for them to do it. If you look at the smaller system integrator, people from the security world, which is people who did the physical security earlier, which is the analog cameras, the intrusion system installations, the fire alarm systems, they clearly see an opportunity to get into the network video. So we see a lot of convergence happening from those type of partners trying to move into this industry. Similarly, we see people from the IT industry who are slightly smaller in nature. They sold PCs and some small network kind of equipment. They see an opportunity to get into this industry as well. So I see a convergence happening both from the IT world and the security world in terms of trying to provide a solution on the video surveillance for the medium and small system sale. So this is how I see the convergence happening in the channel space. So we do multiple types of education. What we do, the simplest we do is through webinars, which is introduce our channel partners to our processes, our new solutions, the basic installation, how it's to be done, troubleshooting, how to reach out to Access in case we have some challenges. The second we do is what we call as the Business Academy, which is knowledge in terms of network video. Why network video? Why it's better than analog? What is the TCO? What are the components of a network video solution? What kind of solutions does Access have and how it addresses different industry segments? So these are mainly targeted towards the sales and the pre-sales. The third type of training is more of a customized channel training, mainly on the product, which we do on a very regular basis to our loyal partners, right? And fourth, we conduct the Access Academy, which is a certification, training. In fact, this year we took education so seriously that we said every salesperson, sales pre-sales person, within Access itself should be a certified engineer. We feel if there are certified Access professionals in the marketplace, then we have partners who are more knowledgeable on our solutions, more importantly, more knowledgeable on the network video itself, which they can propagate to the market in a clever and intelligent fashion. I think if you really look at it, there is one set of video surveillance in a solution which is sort of becoming a commodity. Now, if you're jumping into that space, then it's sort of becoming a crowded kind of a space. Within that, if you can look at the niche that you can carve, like for example, access cameras are very powerful in terms of running analytics. So we can solve a lot of business problems for the end customers because we make our cameras open in the sense people can write applications on our cameras and you can run that analytics on the edge on the camera itself without powerful servers being needed to run these applications. So which gives an opportunity to our channel partners to understand what the customer challenges are from a business perspective and see how by writing these scripts or applications they can solve those problems. So there are many opportunities like that which we are trying to solve.